Happy Tuesday. Hopefully everyone's having an awesome Tuesday. Guys, I'm Liam. Actually, was kind of busy at work, which doesn't really matter because the topic I want to talk about is kind of timeless, which is also something that's sad that the topic I'm going to talk about is timeless. The reason why it's timeless because I could be talking about this week, last week, or 3 weeks from now, and it's still going to be relevant, which sucks because that means that the city I grew up in is no longer safe. It's no longer the hippie town or the weird town of nice people living amongst each other. It is a town that has been ruined by politicians for the sake of politics. And that just really makes me sad. It makes me sad because while I like this city because I grew up, I'm familiar with it. It's sad that I no longer like this city because of the politics. Homeless population out of control, crime out of control, homicide out of control. Now we got drive-bys happening. According to Fox 7 Austin, apparently it's not blocking the ad blocker, which is awesome. Austin, Texas, the Austin Police Department is investigating an incident that led to a man's death that happened on Austin Entertainment District on East 6th Street around 2 a.m. Sunday, September the 4th, which was 2 days ago. The news has some residents' concerns for their safety, and some are contemplating moving out of the city. Wouldn't blame them. If they're renting, I would leave out of the city. Clearly, the city doesn't care about us. They don't care about the law abiding taxpayers who vote on certain proposition to make certain crimes enforceable, and they just ignore it. So, I am a little bitter about that. Police said a man was seen walking in the entertainment district, was bleeding profusely from his stomach. He was transported to the hospital where he was later died from his injuries. There was two males that got into an argument and escalated to the point where the incident occurred. Officer Juan Acento said several blocks were closed off for hours as homicide investigated. We're told by witnesses that he was walking around, therefore, and he had blood splattered around the area. So that's why we closed down as much as we can where we found any evidence. We closed it down and it was a pretty big scene, Officer Asano said. Some residents said that they're concerned about the news and other violent crime happening in the city. Every day I wonder, is my daughter going to get killed today? South Austin resident Patricia Poteka said her family stays home more. I base a lot of the decisions of our social life and what we do in accordance with what's going on. Because guess what? I'm not willing to take the chance, Poteka said. Poteka said one of the problems is that there are not enough police officers for the number of crimes occurring in the city. The president of Austin Police Association said it's common for ATB to have 2 or 3 officers on a daily shift in certain areas of the city because of staffing issues. As someone who lives here, is a law-abiding and has reverent respect for backing the blue and what our officers do, but we're in crisis. We have a big crisis here. Poteka said, hope I'm pronouncing that name right. It sounds Polish or maybe even Russian or Baltic. At the end of August, 52 homicides in Austin have been reported this year, which is trending close to the record of 88 homicides reported last year. I can't even go to the grocery shopping without fear of constantly looking. I have grave concerns about the direction our city is heading. This direction is the reason why Tam Hand said that she moved from Austin to Belton. I moved here in 76 when I was 11. It was a whole different city. It was real family friendly. You could go out. We ran in the streets, never concerned about. And then now you can't do that with your kids. Han said. Both agree that it is considered leaving too. I grew up in San Antonio, and we're thinking about migrating back in a couple of years because of the crime. I say do it now because it's not going to be changing. Even if we elect new leadership, it's going to take years to get back to that safety level because Austin is not able to hire officers. They're just not able to do that because we treat them like crap. We treat them like crap. They retire. They go to another city where they actually respect the law enforcement. They don't have a DA going after people, going after cops defending themselves after being attacked at the police headquarters. Not a single person that attacked the headquarters was arrested. There's about 55 indictments, I believe. I may be wrong with the 55, it may be less than that, of indictments of our officers that were defending themselves, that got bottles of who knows what was in there thrown at them. People spat at them, threw other objects, and when they fired back, there are now got indictments against them when they was responding to a hostile crowd. So yes, it's going to take a while for Austin to get the cops level back up. It's going to take this DA that we have, DA Jose Garza, who doesn't care about our safety. Because if he cared about the safety, he would be going after these criminals. They wouldn't be getting probation for raping and beating their ex to a bloody pulp. Serving only, I think, 11 days in jail. We would have a DA that would send these people to federal prison to get these people out of our neighborhood. And yes, I am referring to a real crime. I did a story a few weeks back about it. Homicide is being investigated. If you have any information about this particular attack, call the Austin Police Department. So if you know anything about this situation, please get in touch with the overworked police. And hopefully you can get in touch with them. Now, this was tweeted on September the 2nd by Clinton Rary for Austin City Council District 1. If you live in District 1, please consider voting for this person. This person is going out to homeless encampments that are not supposed to be there to look at the destruction that the city's policy has created. We voted to hold these homeless people accountable, but yet they chose not to prosecute. So yes, there is people on the ballot that's worth voting for. Not the status quo, not the new person with same old policies. These are individuals that want to come together and make Austin the best version that our city can be. So if you're in District 1, please consider voting for Clinton Rary. I think if he gets elected along with some other people, it would go a long way. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be a instant fix because they got to audit certain programs and make sure that the money's being well spent. But yeah, was on September the 7th. A drive-by shooting in Austin District 1. Luckily, everyone is safe. Homeowner stated bullets went straight through her kid's window. Kid's window, a drive-by here in Austin. If it could happen to Austin, it could happen anywhere. The city's soft on crime approach is dangerous for the community, and they claim to protect. We need our gang unit, narcotics unit, detectives back. Yeah, we used to have a gang unit, which I'm not going to say that they solved all of our issues with gang violence, but they definitely helped. They kept the criminal element hidden to a certain extent where the public didn't have to worry about drive-bys if they lived in the hood. Natasha Deed, District 1. Natasha, I think she's the black person that's all about critical race theory, that the white man must suffer because their ancestors had slaves. Natasha, please push to restaff our police back to normal staffing levels. We need special units to investigate these incidents. Just having patrol units won't stop this. Having our gang units, narcotic divisions, and not the detectives, but detectives to solve crimes as needed. Then we need to push to remove Jose Garcia, who released violent criminals, those individuals that should be locked up for the safety of the community. He treats violent criminals just like shoplifting by releasing them, allowing them to continue their violent attacks on the community. Then they feel like they could get away with anything and continue the crime sprees. And of course, I responded, yikes, this is terrible. No one, I repeat, no one should have to live in fear like this. This November, we need everyone that can vote to vote in order to fix this mess of our current leadership has made. We need new leadership with new policies. And if you want to, here are the 6 candidates that's going to affect Austin directly. There is a county judge that's up for election. This person's website only wants to focus on Austin politics. So that's why there's only 6 people here. Jennifer Verdon for mayor, I'm going to vote for her. Unfortunately, I can't vote for any of the other 5 people that's up for election because I'm not in that district. I'm in Leslie Poole's district. The one that said that she needed the 40% raise because this is a 24-hour, 7-day position, but yet I haven't seen her do anything productive. I haven't seen her go out to the homeless encampments that are not supposed to be there. I've seen Clint Rary do it. I'm just saying, I've seen him do it. His Twitter is full of it, of him actually traveling with someone there to make sure that they're being taken care of or is being addressed. Now, if Austin could elect 1 or 2 of these people, I would consider that a victory in the right direction. We cannot do this, or they cannot do this without our support. And there's Yvonne Weldon for District 3. I would probably vote for her. Richard Smith, I don't know. I have to do more research on him. Bill Welch, I have to do more research, but he looks like he was in the Air Force. So definitely a good possibility. Greg Smith, I have to do more research. I haven't had any interaction with these 3. I've had interactions with these 3 on top. She's liked my tweets, has responded to my tweets. He has responded to my tweets. His wife has responded to my tweets. She has responded to my tweets. So they're very community oriented. They want to help Austin become the best version that Austin can be, the best version of the city for all ethnic backgrounds. And that's like I said, we have other candidates up for election for mayor, which is worse than what we have, or is just version 2.0 with the same failed policies. Austin needs to wake up. The people of Austin, if you're from Austin, you need to wake up, stop voting for status quo. Because if you keep voting for status quo, our homeless population is going to look like Portland or a California city. Our crime rate is going to be high as New York or California city or Portland. We have to vet these people properly. And I do believe there's a lot of Democratic Socialists of America infiltrated our government, which is leading to these high crimes. But this is unacceptable. Drive-bys, we got freaking drive-bys. We got drive-bys in Austin. This is not something we need to live with. It doesn't have to be this way. Yeah, I'm very frustrated because it doesn't have to be this way. We could have a police unit that is respectful for all ethnic backgrounds, but in full force investigating these crimes to make sure they don't happen. But yet we have a DA that lets someone out, I think 11 days or whatever in prison, and then probation for beating and raping his ex-girlfriend because she got a text from another man. I'm trying really hard not to curse, but that's how I feel. I mean, people are living in fear. Do you think that victim feels safe with her ex out on the street? Yeah, he may have a restraining order, but a restraining order won't do anything if he gets a wild hair up his ass to go rape her again. Now, is he going to get another probation? Or is he going to go to federal prison or go into a state prison if he does that again? I don't know. There's someone that's been convicted of a gun felony that's out that shot someone else or was on bail that shot someone else. This is a soft on crime approach that's clearly not working. These people, these criminals don't fear the law because of Jose Garza not attacking them or going after them with the full force of the law. I could go on complaining and moaning, but I think you understand where I'm coming from. If you made it to this far in the video, thank you. And please leave a comment down below on what your thoughts are. Do you know any of the 6 people on that site that I pulled up that's running for city council or city mayor? Do you know any of those people? Let me know down below. Smash the like and subscribe button in any all platforms or just a platform you're currently watching. But most importantly, have yourself an awesome day, morning, or evening.